Okay, let's start with a slightly uncomfortable question. Are you actually living, or are you just kind of repeating the same day over and over again? You know the drill. Wake up, grab the phone, work, scroll, sleep, and then boom, you do it all over again.
But here's the thing. The life you're going to have in 6 months, it's being built right now, today, by the things you do every single day. See, it's not about some random stroke of luck. It's all about your habits. And today, we're going to break down 12 of them. 12 habits that can honestly, quietly rebuild your entire life from the inside out.
So, as we go through these, I want you to keep one single question in the back of your mind, just one. Which of these habits could change my life the fastest if I actually did it for 30 days? Really think about that.
All right, let's dive right in. We're going to start with 4 habits designed to help you take back control of your space, both your physical world and your digital one.
Okay, first up, habit number 12, the morning clarity ritual. Think about it. Most people, what's the very first thing they do when they wake up? They grab their phone, right? And when you do that, you're starting your day reacting to everyone else's emergencies, their notifications, their agendas, instead of setting your own. So try this instead. It's so simple. For the first 10 minutes of your day, just 10, no phone. Instead, just drink a glass of water. Sit in silence for a moment and ask yourself one question. What really matters today? I'm telling you, you will feel the difference almost immediately. It's a game changer.
So, be honest with yourself for a second. What's the first thing you touch every morning? Is it your phone, or is it your own mind?
All right, let's talk about habit 11, the 2-minute movement rule. You know, we have this idea completely backwards. We think we need to feel motivated to get started on something, but it's actually the other way around. You don't need motivation, you just need a little bit of movement.
The idea here is incredibly simple. Motion creates emotion. So the next time you feel totally stuck or you're procrastinating, just move your body for 2 minutes. That's it. Do a few push-ups, take a quick walk around the room, do some stretching. Because, let's be real, starting is the hardest part. And you'll be amazed at how often those 2 minutes just naturally turn into 20.
Okay, on to habit 10, one deep focus hour. Look, let's be real for a second. Multitasking is a lie. It's absolutely killing our progress. It makes us feel busy, sure, but we're not actually getting anything meaningful done. But don't worry, there's a much better way.
And the solution is this. Pick one, just one, important task each day and give it 60 minutes of your undivided, deep focus. And I mean it. No phone in sight, no extra browser tabs open, 0 distractions. Just one focused hour every single day. That alone can completely transform your career in a year.
And to wrap up this section, we have habit 9, the digital sunset. Think about it. Our brains were not built to be staring at bright, glowing rectangles late at night. It just messes with us. So pick a digital sunset time for yourself, say 9:30 p.m. And after that, all screens go off. No more scrolling, no notifications. Just read a book, plan your next day, or just think. You'll sleep so much better, and you'll get your evenings back.
All right, for this next section, we're shifting gears. We're going to talk about optimizing your inputs. You know, the mental and emotional food you feed yourself every single day.
Let's talk about habit number 8, the weekly reset. It is so easy for the weeks to just blur together, right? You get to Friday and wonder, wait, where did the time go? What did I even do? Well, this habit is designed to stop that drift.
All it takes is 30 minutes, once a week. You just sit down and ask yourself 3 super simple questions. 1, what worked this week? 2, what didn't work? And 3, based on that, what really matters for next week? Seriously, this one little ritual stops your life from feeling like it's just happening to you. Next up, habit number 7, and this is a big one, the 5-to-1 social energy rule. We don't always think about it, but our environment, and especially the people we surround ourselves with, has a huge impact on our energy and our mindset.
So here's the rule. You have to protect your energy. For every one negative or draining interaction you have, a complaint session, bad news, whatever, you need to intentionally balance it out with 5 positive inputs. That could be listening to an inspiring podcast, calling up a motivated friend, or just reading a few pages of a great book. You've got to protect your mind like it's your future because, well, it is.
Okay, habit number 6 is so simple, but it is incredibly powerful. It's called gratitude anchors. Every night, right before you go to sleep, just write down 3 small things you're grateful for. And I mean small.
Not the big stuff like my health or my family, though those are great, but the tiny things, a really good cup of coffee, a funny conversation you had, a quiet moment to yourself. Doing this literally rewires your brain to start looking for what's working in your life instead of focusing on what's missing.
And that brings us to habit number 5. Learn for 20 minutes every single day. The key here, and this is true for so many things, is that consistency will always beat intensity. You don't need to cram for hours on end. Just a little bit every day.
Why? Because those little 20-minute chunks, they add up. Big time. We're talking over 120 hours of focused learning in just 1 year. I mean, think about that. That is more than enough time to completely change your career, to master a new skill, to totally shift your mindset or even your income.
Okay, for our final 4 habits, we're going deep. We're talking about the internal game, the mindset shifts you need to make all of this other stuff actually stick. This is the philosophy of action.
Let's kick it off with habit number 4, silence blocks. Our brains today are just bombarded, constantly, drowning in noise, notifications, and information. We have to create some empty space. So just try this. 10 minutes of silence in the morning and 10 minutes at night. And when I say silence, I mean it. No music, no podcasts, no scrolling. Absolutely zero input.
Now, I'm not going to lie. At first, this feels weird. It's super uncomfortable. But if you can stick with it, it becomes one of the most powerful practices you have. Because your best ideas, your biggest breakthroughs, your deepest sense of clarity, they don't come from more noise. They grow in the silence.
Habit number 3 is a huge one, maybe one of the most important on this list. It's act before you feel ready. Perfectionism, man, it is the #1 dream killer out there. We think we need to feel confident before we can take action, but that's a trap. It's the exact opposite. You get confidence from taking action. So send that email, start that messy first draft, apply for the job. Action is what builds you.
All right, coming in at number 2 is a powerful little mental tool I call the Future You Check. This is your secret weapon for breaking out of that autopilot mode we all fall into. Right before you're about to waste time, or procrastinate, or just make a choice you know isn't great, you pause and ask yourself one simple question.
And that question is, will the future version of me thank me for this, or will they regret this? Just asking that one question snaps you out of the immediate moment and reconnects you with your long-term goals, with the person you're actually trying to become.
And finally, we've arrived at habit number 1. This is the foundation that holds everything else up. It's the 1% upgrade rule. Look, don't try to reinvent your entire life overnight. It doesn't work. Just aim to make your day 1% better. That's it. One slightly better choice. Read one more page of that book. Take one small, brave action. Because those tiny upgrades, they compound over time into a completely different life.
So let's just bring this all home. I want you to take a second and actually picture it. Imagine your life 6 months from right now. What would it look like if you committed to doing just 3 of these habits? Not all 12, just 3 of them every single day.
I can tell you what you'd have. You'd have more clarity. You'd have more confidence. You'd have a much stronger sense of direction. And you'd finally feel like you were in control of your own life. That right there is the incredible power of small, daily habits. So, we've gone through all 12. Now it comes down to this. Which one are you going to start today? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Honestly, that's the only question that really matters right now. And I'll just leave you with this one last thought. The version of you that exists 1 year from now, they're watching you right now. They're quietly watching the decisions you make tonight. So, make them count.